Great shot.
For all your latest information on snooker, check out qsports.club, the new home snooker.
Hi snooker fans, Curtis Braithwaite here for qsports.club. I'm here to do a Q&A session with former European champion Daniel Wells. Daniel, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, buddy. How are you? You alright?
Yeah, very good. Right, Dan, tell us in the beginning, what made you take up snooker?
Well, what it was, a best friend of mine at the time, I was probably about 10. We used to go to his house after school, and he had a little pool table in the garage, and he used to just bash me up every day, and he wouldn't teach me how to play. So my dad said, like, I'll take you down the snooker club. If you can play snooker, you can play pool. So that was the only reason I wanted to play, was just to beat him. But as it turns out, the snooker club I went to had like Jamie Jones and Michael White there, and it was a good like social place to go. So I used to just play for the fun, and then obviously started entering a few competitions and went from there really.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, Wells snooker's a good hotbed, isn't it? I mean, Jamie, Michael White at the moment, Matt Stevens, Mark Williams, yourself.
Ryan.
I mean, Ryan Day as well. Yeah, actually, yeah.
And a number of others. Yeah, it's in a good place at the minute. I think Mark seems to be playing well, and Ryan and Michael up for the top 16. You know, all of them are knocking on the door, and you've got Jamie as well and Matthew, and yeah, so it's in a good place at the minute, and yeah, it's great.
Definitely is. And to date, who's had the most influence on your career?
I don't know. It's difficult. I'd have to say probably my mum and dad. They've been tremendous to me, you know, helping me out. I can't put into words the amount of support and backing they've given me, and without them I probably wouldn't be playing. So yeah, I'd definitely say them.
Yeah, I met both your mum and your dad. Yeah, top people and really, really nice people too. Great family. Now, what are your goals for the coming season?
The big one, I think, is to try and break into the top 64. That was the goal I set out when I first got back on the tour for the 2-year ticket. I feel it's quite important to try and play the bottom 64 in the first round, even though there's good players there, but you know, I've had some real stinking draws, you know, so you know, you've got to beat them to win tournaments, but I think it's nicer to play the top players a bit later on than in the very first match, so that would be one.
Yeah, fully agree, and you're definitely capable of getting that 64 pounds, so just keep working on, I'm sure you will do. Now, what cue do you currently use?
A John Paris. At the end of last season, I was using a Stanford Cuemaker's cue, which was nice. I just found I was getting a bit too much reaction out of the cue, especially for this slippy match clause. So I spoke to John and told him what I wanted, and he done an excellent job, and I fell in love with the cue straight away. So I was lucky, really, and yeah, I can't thank him enough for that.
Yeah, top man is John, top man. And what tip do you currently use?
An Elkmaster. Funny thing, I've tried I'm using now the Elkmaster Pro. The new one's out. There's 3 in a box. It's a medium tip, but I find it quite hard at the minute, so I think there's still a bit more experimenting to do with that. I'd probably try a soft next, but yeah, I've always used an Elkmaster though.
Okay, good stuff. Now, Dan, you had a fair bit of success as an amateur, mate. You won the Welsh Amateur Championship and also the European Amateur Championship, so very, very well done there. What's the most memorable match of your career to date?
Memorable match? God, that's a tough one. Yeah, I'd probably say the final of the European men's. You know, it was the biggest achievement I suppose I've had so far, and winning that was, you know, a nice feeling. I've had a number of memorable matches, but probably for the wrong reasons. You know, losing to 10-9 to Barry Hawkins to qualify for the Crucible at my first attempt would probably be a very memorable one for me. But yeah, there's so many matches now that they sort of all roll into one.
Alright, pal, sorry to ask you this one, but you might have actually answered it with your last question, but what's your most painful defeat?
Yeah, it was definitely that one. Well, having said that, no, I would probably say I lost to Ashley Carty in the Q School. I'd been on and off the tour a couple of times, and I played in the Q School, and as you know, there's only 2 events, and I lost to Chris Mellon 4-3 in the first event. And the second event, I had basically 2 more matches to win to try and get my tour place, and I lost 4-3 to Ashley Carty and missed the worst Brown ever to win. And yeah, that was a really, really tough one for me. I struggled after that one.
Well, you know what they say, innit? You learn the most in defeating it, so hey, don't be too hard on yourself. Now, Dan, you've played most of the top players on the tour. You've got quite a bit of experience now, but who would you say is the toughest player on tour to beat?
To be honest, Stuart Bingham's got a great record against me. He's just beaten me now in the Pro-Am again. Yeah, he's been a very tough one. His all-round game's been great, and I'd have to say Mark Selby as well. Out of the two, the two that I've played a number of times, but there's so many good players, and on the day, all the top players are equally as tough to beat. So you've got to be on top of your game to beat them, for sure.
Yeah, fair point. Now, like I said, you have won the European amateurs and the Welsh amateurs, but what's your best personal achievement in snooker to date?
Yeah, I'd probably say the European, really, because it's like it's a recognised event. My name will hopefully be on the trophy for as long as it's around. Hopefully the European amateur snooker still continues in the same fashion, and hopefully with the Eurosport contract now that it'll get people more interested again, because I think in the UK it's not such a good place for upcoming players at the minute. But I'd probably say that one, to be honest. And getting through, I've got through 2 Q schools, which is a sort of
very good achievement.
Really, really intense pressure, and I've come through 2 of them, so I would say that was a pretty good achievement as well.
And can I just ask you an extra question there, because you mentioned about the amateur game in the UK. What do you think is the problem with the amateur game at the moment?
There's so much, I think, to be honest. There's a problem with grassroots level. People might not like me saying this, but I think the associations don't seem to do enough for the players coming through. I think the Welsh Association's guilty of that. I've grown up playing, through the Welsh, and I just think there's not enough encouragement for people to want to play in these tournaments, and you're turning up to certain snooker clubs and the tables aren't that clean, the balls aren't that good, and it comes down to a lot of things, that the snooker clubs ain't as popular as they used to be. And I don't know, I think when I was a junior there was a lot of good players, but it was like a really fun atmosphere to go to, the conditions, we used to play at Terry Griffiths' match room, conditions were phenomenal, and you used to really be excited to go there. But I've been to see a few of the other amateur events now, and they just seem flat, the dress code's gone. It just doesn't feel like a proper tournament anymore. And I don't know, and I suppose the mobile phones for kids now, there's so much more choice for people to do things. But I think it needs a good overall, to be honest. And I think it could do with somebody like doing what Barry Earn done, taking the game by the scruff of the neck, somebody taking the amateur game by the scruff of the neck, and trying to make it fun for people to play again.
Yeah, I fully agree, because it's actually starting to get a bit worrying, isn't it? Because obviously, we've got a great crop right now. Do you know what I mean? Outside of 64, inside of 64, the tour's as strong as it's ever been. But it's kind of worrying, isn't it? Like when you look at the tour, think to yourself, in 10 years' time, there's not bundles coming through, is there?
I suppose that's good for me in a way, being selfish. To be fair, that there's not so much. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot coming through from China and overseas. But in the UK now, I suppose a few would disagree with me, but I don't feel like there's that many. There used to be an abundance of players coming through, in cycles of probably 3 or 4 years. You've got like the likes of Michael White, Jack Lesowski coming through, just younger than me, and the people before, like the Murphys and the Selbys and stuff. So I don't generally see them coming from the UK at the minute, which is worrying, but I suppose it's not my problem to solve, so somebody needs to, though.
Absolutely, and I appreciate honesty there, pal. Now, you're a very popular lad, very likeable lad. I've known you for quite a few years, and I can say you're a top man, mate. Now, tell us your best friend on tour.
It's difficult, to be honest. I try to get on with as many as I can, to be fair. I get on, obviously, with all the Welsh lads. Judd Trump, Jack Lesowski, we've lived together in the past, and Jack's just started coming down and staying with me for a bit, because obviously he's working with Terry and it's handy for us to practice. So me and Jack are quite close again now, and Rob Milkins is another one, and Jimmy Robertson. There's so many that I get on with. So it's difficult to point out just one.
Yeah, top lad, Jack, any quality.
He's funny, to be fair. He's funny.
Definitely, pal. Now, what's your favourite food?
I don't know. I like a good Chinese, to be fair. I've started trying to be a vegetarian for the last 6 weeks, which has been quite challenging, but I've enjoyed it. Before I tried being a vegetarian, I'd probably have a chicken fried rice with curry sauce and chips and the whole trimmings, but that didn't do my waistline any good, so I'm trying to cut that down and cut that out now. So
Chinese if possible.
Yeah, Chinese. Yeah.
No, I'm sure Chinese cuisine got some vegan and vegetarian stuff as well.
To be fair, they have. Yeah, and the most places I've gone and eaten out, there's stuff you can eat. It's just got to use your imagination a bit. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it so far.
Absolutely. And your favourite drink?
Nice pint of Foster's.
The right weather for it now as well, isn't it?
Yeah. But, I've been trying to cut that down as well, but probably not too successfully.
Leave it to the winter to cut it out, mate. While the summer, enjoy it while the summer's here.
Yeah.
Now, you played at most of the venues, pal. Tell us your favourite venue to play at.
The one I most enjoyed, I think, was the Tempodrome in Germany. The first year I played there, it was special. I came out and Hendry was playing at the same time, kind of thing, and it was like really emotional. I don't know, it sort of took me by surprise. I hadn't seen the venue before I sort of walked out to play, and the sound and the acoustics of the venue was just different class. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I have to fully agree. I've been to the Tempodrome quite a few times, and it really does leave its mark on you, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
the fans are so passionate about it. It's
It's a great arena and venue. Obviously, everybody says the Crucible, but I'm yet to play there yet. So fingers crossed I can get there this year.
Don't worry, mate. Won't be long. Now tell us, Dan, with the tough schedule you guys have as snooker players, you don't get much chance to relax. But when you actually do get a chance to relax, where do you like to do so, away from snooker?
I think we like to go on a few holidays, me and my girlfriend. We just got, funny thing, this year we've been to Vegas and Mexico, so I can't say that I haven't had that much time off, to be fair. I've enjoyed myself, but when I'm home I tend to work hard, pretty much all week. So I feel like when I get a chance, and if I can afford to, I'll go away and spend some time in the sun.
Good stuff. Now, I know you like to drop a few shapes on the dance floor, mate. Yeah, I've seen them in Blackpool, I've seen them all over the world, mate. I've seen your dance steps, son, and they're not bad. But tell us your favourite music you like listening to.
I'm into a bit of R&B, to be fair. R&B is big for me. I don't really listen to a lot else.
Okay. Now, being a sportsman yourself, pal, who was your sporting hero when you were growing up?
Growing up snooker-wise was always John Higgins. I used to really love watching him play. So consistent, such a great all-round match player. He was my inspiration snooker-wise. Sports-wise, I'd probably have to say Federer. He's been just different class since he won the first Wimbledon. I just really loved watching him play, and he's so elegant and classy, and he's gracious in victory and defeat, and I think that's I think a few people can take a bit of a leaf out of his book, to be fair.
Yeah, he's definitely a smooth dude, Fed, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just different class, and he just doesn't break a sweat.
I know.
He just looks so good and so effortless, but I don't make snooker look that effortless, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's class, Fed. Right, Dan, last question, mate. If you could run World Snooker, what changes would you make and why?
I'd probably say that there needs to be a bit more help for the players, like with booking the flights and the visas, because of the hectic schedule. I think there should be something like done in the office that that sort the visas out for you. To be honest, this might sound a bit harsh again. I'd not let amateurs play. I think that and this is coming from both sides. I've played on the World Snooker Tour. I've played on the World Snooker Tour both as a professional and as an amateur, and I just don't think it's fair that you've got people fighting for their lives playing, and you've got amateurs just relaxed and nothing to lose. And I've played as an amateur with nothing to lose, and I had a good season playing pros, and I just think it's a different type of pressure, and I think the professional game should be for the professionals and the amateur game for the amateurs, and I think it should be a big achievement to play in the World Championship. A few people got invites to the World. I know the way the structure is how it needs to be, but I think it just lessens the feeling of playing in the World Championship, especially in the early rounds. So I'd make that change.
And I fully agree with that, because it was difficult for a lot of players. Some players were turning up there having to win their first match to stay on the tour, and you got players playing another table playing, no disrespect to anybody, against like a Romanian amateur, a German amateur, and it's not right,
Yeah, it's not right. And then on the flip side, you've got good amateurs who was on the main tour last year, but they play in this year without the pressure of the ranking points and the money. They can pick and choose, and they are dangerous players as well. I remember playing Michael Wilde once in the Australian Open, and he just absolutely destroyed me 5-0, but he just looked like he didn't have a care in the world. Like, I'm not saying that he couldn't do that as a pro, because he's had good results as a pro, but I just feel like it's a different pressure when you're actually a main tour professional. So I think it should be on a level playing field, certainly.
Yeah, Dan, I fully agree, mate. Look, Dan, it's been tremendous talking to you today, pal, and I really appreciate your time.
problem.
And all of us at Q Sports Club want to wish you the very, very best for the coming season, yeah?
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Take care, mate.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.